Today marks the beginning of Impaired Driving Awareness Week, and as Elise Cox explains, drinking and driving is a huge concern in the border city.
The goal is simple: to increase education during Impaired Driving Awareness Week, May 5th through 9th.
We definitely need to get out and educate people a lot more on that. There's high incidence of impaired driving. Costs the system an awful lot of money. It puts a lot of people at risk. And anything we can do to get out and promote awareness of something like that is definitely beneficial.
But the task has proven to be difficult with the way statistics are heading in Lloydminster.
We're seeing our statistics for impaired driving increasing, and that, of course, is certainly a credit to our members in the community who are out there enforcing those laws. We would like to see a decrease, but when we do check stops and things, we are still seeing a high number of drivers that are either impaired or just on the cusp of being impaired, so it still is a problem.
Our motor vehicle collisions are definitely going up, and we always have seen a large number of impaired drivers involved in those.
Preliminary numbers show in 2011 there were more than 1,200 collisions involving alcohol, resulting in more than 500 injuries and nearly 50 fatalities in Saskatchewan.
It is something that causes a high number of injuries when there are accidents, so our members do focus on it.
And so during this week, it is recognized that numbers are still high and to be aware of the number of impaired drivers on the road.
Education is extremely important. We've got to get out and start, especially with the young people, and get that instilled in their systems, and as they progress they can maybe break some of the trends that we're seeing out there with the amount of impaired drivings that we have.
Elise Cox, Newcap News.
Lakeland College is expanding off-campus and online courses for those interested in oil, gas, and power engineering programs. William Robertson has the story.
Lakeland College has developed the Introduction to Heavy Oil and Gas program geared toward Aboriginal students and will be available at the Onion Lake Cree Nation.
Students will have some life skills training. They'll do some academic upgrading with math and physics and communications. They'll also have an Introduction to Heavy Oil program, and they'll also be doing GPO, which is gas process operator, all 4 parts, as well as safety training. So it's the perfect combination for them to go to work or to ladder into our mainstream programs.
Along with the new program, the college is also offering new online courses.
These key industry partnerships, Husky Upgrader, Allen Markin, and ADM, they came, they saw the need for industry for power engineering training, and so they came to us. We developed the programming, and now we're delivering it online.
Online courses are a different way to train students, which offer certain advantages over traditional in-class learning.
That's the beauty of the online power engineering courses, is that these people are still able to work in industry, and industry is still able to have them as employees, but they get to continuing their training evenings, weekends, or as their employer permits.
There are spots still available for the course. To find out more, go to lakelandcollege.ca. William Robertson, Newcap News.
It's a roadmap for policing. The Lloydminster RCMP set out its top priorities for 2012, taking a proactive approach at combating the region's big issues. I got the chance to sit down one-on-one with Lloydminster's top cop. I'm joined by Staff Sergeant Dave Kalist for a new feature that we're starting up here. Once a month, we're going to sit down one-on-one with an RCMP member and find out what the big issues are here in our community. Thanks very much for joining us, Staff Sergeant.
Thanks for having me.
And today we're going to talk about the annual performance plan. First off, can you tell me what it is and why it matters to the community?
Okay, sure. Well, the annual performance plan is just the it's sort of the roadmap that we're taking at the detachment, and what it does is it plans out the initiatives that we want to look at in the coming years, so that we can be a proactive organization instead of just a reactive organization.
And what were those top initiatives you guys are looking at this year? Okay,
well, the priorities that we had picked for this past year, and which we are going to continue for the 2012-2013 year, they're done in consultation with the city, and this year it's drugs and organized crime, property crime, and also traffic enforcement.
And why those?
Well, when we look at the trends that, crime trends that affect Lloydminster, what we want to do is we want to reduce crime and make it a safer community to live. those are the areas that are impacting the citizens here the most. So that's why we're focusing on those areas.
And you said these are the same initiatives that we tackled last year as well. What were some of the rates? Have you guys seen improvements so far?
Yeah, what we've done as a detachment is we've really targeted the drug trade here in Lloydminster, which has been quite active. We have a very active plainclothes unit that has seen some very good success with drug charges. And that, as a result, has reduced or helped to reduce some of the property crimes that we see here in Lloydminster.
And I see you've come prepared with some numbers for us. Maybe you can break down some of those numbers.
Sure, yeah, some of the numbers, and these are the things that probably affect most of the people in Lloydminster the most. So break and enters, we saw a 6% reduction year to date at the end of January of 2011. Theft under are down 16%, theft over are down 22%, possession of stolen property is down 12%, and a big one for us is theft of motor vehicle is down 32%, and that is, I think, 283 theft of motor vehicles in 2010, and we're at about 191. So those are pretty significant numbers that we're seeing for results from our detachment.
Definitely, and all great downward trends. What have you guys done to combat those numbers and make them all be decreasing?
Well, again, we focus on intelligence gathering and really trying to put the bad guy in jail, I guess. So what our members are out there doing is they are trying to find out who's involved in criminal activity and then conducting very complete and thorough investigations that result in charges. And as the charges move through the court system, the Crown then is seeking to have jail time for the perpetrators, and when people go to jail, the bad guys go to jail, they're not out on the street committing crimes.
And I guess finally, obviously public vigilance is a big portion too, especially with something like vehicle thefts and thefts from vehicles. How important is it that people also take the onus on themselves?
Well, it's very important. Something like theft from motor vehicle or theft of motor vehicle, we have the Lock It or Lose It campaign. That encourages people to lock their vehicles when they're unattended, not leave them running in the winter time. And I think that some of those public service messages have been getting out there, and we're certainly seeing an impact. So the public does have to take some responsibility because, like I say, we don't want to just be reactive, we want to be proactive, and it's not just enforcement, it's also education.
Well, thank you very much for joining us and giving us that informative information. This is Staff Sergeant Dave Kalist with the Lloydminster RCMP. Thank you, Gerard. The 2012 Pride of the Prairies Bull Sale wrapped up today with an auction of yesterday's bull show winners. People from around the world were in the border city to take part, and as Peter Quinlan explains, this year's event saw a younger generation step into the industry.
Quality bulls at cheap prices brought thousands of producers to Lloydminster to bid on the best beef.
There's a lot of cattle in this, in this area, so they're, people know that the good cattle are here, and there's lots of good bull buyers here. So you'll have people bring their bulls from a large area because the buyers are going to be here.
With optimal beef markets right now, producers at the event were willing to invest thousands of dollars to purchase these fine bulls.
If the industry's a lot stronger and the people are able to sell market their calves and their cattle at a better rate, then they're able to invest a bit more into their seed stock, and that's what they're buying here is purebred seed stock to improve their herds.
Event organizers were also excited to see a number of younger participants in this year's sale.
It gives them an opportunity to see what showing cattle is all about, and when they're in 4-H, it just gives them an opportunity to bring their project to town and work with it, and then they're around the bulls and learning more about selling cattle and marketing, so it's all very exciting.
And the passion and positive attitude of the next generation was an encouragement to many.
I'm very interested in it, so it's kind of it's more of a holiday for me, actually, instead of being like work. So it's good.
We certainly do need more young people in the industry, and it's encouraging. I think Lloydminster's a leader in that. Lloydminster area, there's lots of good young people that are kind of grounded in the cattle industry, so it's really encouraging to see.
Peter Quinlan, Newcap News.